Hi everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thanks very much for watching that earwax removal video today. We're on day 8 of Wax Front. If this is the first of our Wax Front videos you've put in, at Christmas time we always like to do something a little bit more different really. So what we do this time is we're going to do an advent calendar for wax. So every day there's a new earwax removal video going on from day 1 to day 24 of December. So you can see with this patient, they're looking very, very blocked up. Quite a hard chunk of wax in this particular ear canal here. You can see I'm wiggling my little socks off here at the entrance to the canal to try and get this piece out. But it doesn't really seem to want to come out very easily. You can see the underside. You can always tell when wax is very dry. It gets these little sort of lifts along the corners of the wax, and obviously you will get the sensation of it as well when you're trying to suck this out. We're going to go in now with the Jobson horn. We've got a nice gap above the top of that wax. Let's see if we can press down on this, and hopefully it'll hold on to the whole thing and pull it out. Worst case scenario, it'll break the front end off and give us a little bit more room to maneuver in there. But this is coming away so well. Look at that coming out of that ear canal. A really chunky piece of wax going all the way down. You can see all that dry skin, that yellow sort of beigey colored material around the outside edge. And there's still more in here. So it did break a big old chunk off, but there's still quite a bit there at the back. So this ear canal was pretty full front to back here. The difficulty we have now is when you go in that little bit further, you can see it's still coming in, lots of little hairs embedded in there as well. When you go in that little bit further, it's difficult sometimes to get the really good angle you need to get over the top of the wax. And sometimes you'll hit a pocket of wax like we are here, which tends to be that little bit stickier. So the front end was really dry, but this back end here, there's got this kind of sticky central core to it, which is really stuck to the ear canal walls, which is why when we were drawing that plug out, this bit remained intact in there, is because this bit was really holding on to those canal walls quite firmly. So I'm just trying to take these side sections away. Look how much hair is in there as well. Lots and lots of little clippings of hair. Now we may be able to get down that side with the crocodile forceps. I'd imagine, there we go, that's what's coming in next. So we're just going to lift this off. Let's see if we can grab that edge there. It just looks like a bunch of skin and dry wax and hair is coming out with that. Is it going to take the whole thing with it? No, it's not. It's just going to break that one little side. So when we detach that little side piece there, the crocodile forceps held onto it really tightly, but it only drew that little side piece away. So let's wiggle this again now. Let's see if we can get a bit of movement. You can see the bottom section of the wax seems like it's starting to move a little bit more freely. So we may be lucky here, and it may come out using the suction tube. Doesn't look like it though. I'm just going to go back in now. Let's see if we can hold on to that and draw the whole thing down the canal. Is this going to come? You see a little bit of a wiggling motion there with the crocodile forceps as well. I'm hunkering down to try to see underneath the forceps. It's not going to work. So we're going to take that away. There you go. Nice long strip came down the side. That should really free up this plug now. Do we pop a bit of olive oil in here to help it along its way? Yes, we do. There we go. There we are. So we're just going to start lifting this bottom section here. There we go. That's going in. Let's see if we can concentrate on this last plug of wax. Is this going to be really kind and come out in one piece? I honestly can't remember. It's starting to move. I'm trying to spin. So what I'm trying to do is just loosen the edges to try and draw this down the canal a little bit more effectively. Let's try and aim for this bottom section. Sometimes if we lift up, we'll take the bit that's holding on by the recess there. Oh, it's moving, but there's not a tremendous amount of moving. Not as much movement as I would have liked here. So it's obviously still holding on somewhere. Can we wiggle this free? Possibly not. Oh, it's moved forwards a little bit though. So let's aim for the top. So obviously we pull from the bottom up. Let's aim for the top down now. See if we can just wiggle it around that little bump on the ear canal, which I think is what's holding this in place here. Got a really annoying little bit of dry skin to the right hand side as well that keeps trying to get in my way. Oh, that's really not budging very well, that one. It's definitely come forward slightly though. We've got rid of some of the oil that was coating the camera there. Let's go back to the bottom. Oh, that's free. That looks like it's going to come away well. Bit more wiggling. Yeah, there it goes. So as we lift it up, you can see that whole bottom section flick around. And out that came. I think we may well have left something behind there though. I think there might be another little piece that broke off. No, we were good. Okay, so we'll just get rid of that. This is the really annoying little bit of dry skin. Let's get rid of you out of the way. There we go. And let's take a look behind that. Oh, not looking too bad. Right, what you'll see in a second, when I do remember this patient, as we were lifting from this, the opposing corner, I think it was, this patient, you can see this kind of dry skin, but underneath is really wet, sloughy type skin. So easily sort of very wet. So if you've had your hands in water for a long time, you get that kind of white coatness, a bit like that. The difficulty here is that the ear canal wall skin is very, very thin. So when you start detaching something like that, if you come across that kind of much sluffier, wetter type material there, it can actually cause a little bit of bleeding. You leave that ear canal very prone to infection. So what you can see me doing here is trying to get rid of the dead, drier skin on top. We'll probably use the forceps, there you go, to grab that bit. So let's take this piece away here, draw this out. There we go. So that's that kind of dead skin layer on the surface. You'll see that little white sluffy piece underneath there. There, you can just see it there. Now watch what happens when I try and lift that. See how underneath that is really, really fresh skin under there. So I'm just trying to see if I can detach this dry bit of skin away from it. But we don't really want to pull any more on that section. You see how red and aggravated that looks under there. So where this has been pressing and sitting in here for a long period of time, that skin underneath there has got sort of quite wet. So we'll leave that behind. Now that will dry really, really well. As long as the advice we give to this patient is, keep this ear canal as dry as you possibly can now for the next 24 to 48 hours. And what's going to happen there is by keeping that dry, it's going to sort of toughen that bit of skin up, and then it'll form a nice sort of seal back over the top of it, and then that natural migration process can happen again. You can see the dry skin I'm working on there as well. So there's the eardrum there, looking a lot better. But yeah, sometimes when patients have had their wax in there for a long old period of time, that's kind of what you get left behind really. So this is the patient's other ear canal here. You can see another big chunky bit of wax on this side as well. So we're going to go straight in with a Jobson horn as we did on the other side here. Try and get over the top of this and draw this down the canal. Let's see if the whole, I think that was just the front section broke away there. Yeah, just that sort of more crumbly front section came away. We can get in behind this next section now. Let's see if we can just sneak far enough over the top that we can get a good grip and this scooping motion forwards. You'll see it a bit more clearly now as this comes forwards out of the canal. Very humid ear canal, that one. So out this comes a nice big plug there as well. We'll get a good look at that, and there you go. It all came out really, really well. Eardrum looking lovely and healthy there as well. You can see quite a lot of mist into the ear canal. This is what we removed. So 2 inches, 5 centimeters worth of wax, and there were some pretty big pieces in there as well. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed day 8 of Wax Vent. Join me tomorrow for day 9. As always, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of your ears, and take care of one another. And I'll see you again tomorrow night. Bye, everyone.